Now.
Hey, everybody. On
Hey, now.
the live-ish on the stream. Hi. Look, Tom's here.
Hey.
Oh, I should probably mute that because now I can hear them coming through my damn. Oh, there we go. Cool.
We're still learning.
Yeah, every day is a new adventure. Isn't that right? Oh, well, we got a show where we'll give predictions. I should pull up the card for Money in the Bank because I don't even know what the fuck's on this show.
Yeah, I'm using my iPad for this, so I'm pretty much in your hands at this point. I'll stare at my phone a
Okay.
little bit, but
Let me, money. That's how you spell money. Money. Let me tell you how
there are
little.
several ways I guess you could spell it.
Let me tell you how little I care about 85% of the show.
But there are ladder matches, JC.
Those are literally the only two matches I care about, Tom.
I didn't know there are other matches on the card.
Ooh, we'll get to that. There's the tease before we even start.
I guess there are title matches too. Oh, I should have started something.
Oh, yeah, Tom. Thanks for the follow, Tara. Your wife follows us now.
Oh. On the Twitch.
On the Twitch.
And
I'm going to lower my chair
I don't
a
even
little
know if I have an account.
bit. Thanks for the support.
I think I do, but I can't figure out what the hell my password is.
So here's the grind on the Twitch, right? This is the idea. So within 30 days, any rolling 30-day period, if we have 50 followers, which we do because we have 116, lol.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So check that box is permanently checked. We've made that. If we stream 8 days in any 30-day period, which is easy because I can crank up the PS4 and play that cheap-ass wrestling game I was playing before, or we can come on here and shoot the shit after Raw one night or something. You know, we can do whatever. Do a watch-along one night, whatever we want to do. Easy.
Yeah. My phone won't die.
Oh, she followed us before but hit the wrong button and unfollowed us. That happens. It happens.
That's a thing.
So, okay. So 50 followers, check. 8 days. Easy. We can do that in a month. We already do 4 or 5, depending on the month. Okay.
Sure.
Easy. 8 hours in a 30-day period. Well, every time we do a show, it's an hour. So we can do that. That's easy. Yeah.
We ramble.
Right? The hard part is, and this is where we need everyone who watches this show's help and all of our friends and family, is we need an average of 3 viewers per stream in a 30-day period.
Ooh.
Okay? Once we check all 4 of those boxes, Tom, we become a Twitch affiliate.
That means money.
That means people could subscribe and pay us $5 a month, which means we have to do more. We'll do more for those people once we're making money off of this, right?
Yeah, I mean, you give us something, we can definitely give you more.
Right. $5, they can subscribe for also 10 or 15, but I'm not expecting. You can use
Sure, why not?
You can use your Amazon Prime account to give us a free subscription that we see the same amount of money for.
Oh.
Awesome. People can then tip us with bits during the stream. You can watch an ad and get bits and then give us the money. Or you can pay money and tip us if we say something really funny.
Like Bitcoinish bits. Is it going to make my Xbox run triple time or something like that?
It's not. It's different than that, Tom.
Okay.
So if we check all 4 of those boxes.
I don't understand technology.
Tom, when we check all 4 of those boxes, we start making money off this. Which is the reason why today was my day off and I played Destiny for 8 hours on my account.
Not PUBG?
No. My entire goal, Tom, is to do nothing but play video games and talk about wrestling for a living.
That is living the dream.
I have found my calling.
I've had that dream since I was 15.
It is to never leave this house. But anyway, just to give you an idea, we're so close. We got 3 viewers now. Nobody leave. If any of you leave, I'll find you.
Well, we'll be able to take this on the road too. We'll be able to go like next week. Well, next week at this very time, I will not be in this house.
Ooh, you'll
I
be
will be in Dallas,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but we'll be taping probably on Wednesday next week. So
Cool. Yeah. We you know what we,
when
yeah,
I should be sleeping, but I won't.
we could do the show remote. Live on location. Tom, I could be like, Tom, how's the wrestling in Dallas?
The Von Erichs are dead.
Live. So remind me to change the thing at the bottom. It says live from the Sportatorium. That's the only way we make this work.
Sportatorium that had the barricades, which were literally just a piece of string wrapped around the entire
You can
outside.
Watch all your world class on the network.
Yeah.
It's more entertaining than Raw or SmackDown right now.
I used to always be fascinated at how they would misspell like 80% of the wrestlers' names.
Oh God, NWA did that on lower thirds all the time.
Yeah.
They just screw everything up, and I'm like, you have one job. You literally have one job.
Well, it was Dusty, so you know.
ELO C518 says, nice headset work rate. Looks a lot like mine.
This is an accurate portrayal.
I wonder who that could be.
I don't know. Why don't you try reading it backwards and see what happens?
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like when you play Dark Side of the Moon backwards against the Wizard of Oz.
And see, we're going to be having these viewers from now on because my kids are out of school.
Yes.
They never go to sleep anymore.
Oh, God.
I wake up for work and there's like someone asleep on the couch downstairs having played Fortnite for like 9 hours straight.
Tuesday I left work. I closed, which is why I was like, we'll do Tuesday. And then I had to punt because my schedule changed. So then I came home and I was like, I'm going to sit here and play some video games. And so I sat in my big blue chair and then I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning with the controller still in my hand. It was like, I don't know when I fell asleep or what I did, but I'm still really comfy. So I'm going to put this controller over here and go back to sleep. Yeah.
You could have been doing that against my eldest son.
Yeah, but your kids don't play Destiny. Be
And
great.
they would too, but
Be grateful. It is the biggest black hole of time and effort.
JC says this is the location that he wants. It's more ideal that way. I don't know. You want to move it?
If you could raise it up so it's like eye level, that's better.
You want to raise it up?
Yeah. So if we weren't looking up your nose, that would be great.
All right, so you need it higher.
Yeah.
That's going to put it. Oh, let's see.
This is
Hold on. Hold, please.
Tom, this is the content all of our eventual subscribers will pay for.
Oh, half our subscribers are in this room right now trying to fix this.
Oh, you had
That's too high.
You had the remote team come in and fix your camera.
Yeah.
I like it.
So is that good?
Oh yeah.
You like? Well, this, and now she's gone.
This is good. This is good television.
How's that?
Oh, that's perfect.
There we go.
I love it.
Okay.
I could text you a picture of how good it looks.
JC loves it. He says it looks good.
Tom, when did we get so professional at this?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me
What?
boop. Oh my God.
Okay.
I snapped this picture at the perfect moment, and it's immediately going to go on Twitter. I need you to know I'm texting it to you first, but I'm going to put it on the Twitter. I didn't.
Okay, you can stop.
I didn't know you were.
So is that better smaller, or do you like it closer?
I'd like it if it was a little closer, so you were a little bit like I got a lot of wall and a little. I have a lot of wall and a little bit of Tom. I'd like a lot of Tom and a little bit of wall.
More?
I think that's fine. I mean, if more would be great if you can do it, but
Now we're in this direction. Okay, now we're. Okay, now I'm centered.
Yeah, that's fine. That looks good.
Okay.
Now check your phone. I could not have. That could not have been more perfect.
Well done.
If only I like. God, I'm so glad that wasn't even planned.
That's like my profile picture now.
I hope so. That's now the art for the podcast. That's replacing all this beautiful art we got.
We need to find an actual like comic artist to recreate that in the.
Yes. If only we knew some of those.
I do, but they don't. I don't see them on a regular basis.
True. Now that you pointed it out, I'm really distracted by your waving flag. In a good way. In a good way.
It shows that this is live. This isn't like some kind of recreation.
I haven't created like hologram Tom.
No.
God, imagine once we get to hologram Tom. So when this stream gets big enough and we can buy holograms of ourselves to talk about wrestling, we don't have to do anything. I think this is the preferred way to do this.
We'll just half-ass the program, and we don't actually have to participate. We can just
reap the benefits.
Stream our virtual selves and just cash in on that Patreon and Twitch subscriber money.
Yeah, I love that.
That's the dream.
All right. Money in the Bank preview. Dominion.
Right. Video game news. Kenny Omega against Xavier Woods.
I don't know the outcome of that. I know Xavier Woods won $10,000 in the Fortnite Pro-Am.
Yes, I watched the Street Fighter battle between Kenny Omega and Xavier Woods, and was very sports entertained throughout the whole thing. Because I don't do that. I don't watch YouTube video game type stuff, and I was into it. It was a lot of fun.
That's good. And Dr. Amen had sex with was it Jillian Long? What was her name? Jillian something. She's former diva. Something. I don't remember. Jillian Hall. Jillian Hall. That's the name. There we go.
The one, wasn't she the one that had the thing on her face?
Yeah.
Was that her?
Yeah.
She was like JBL's assistant.
Yep.
Okay.
No, we're not going to cover that. I just wanted to bring it up.
All right.
Be like, that's weird. Okay. Oh, let me get levels on the iPad, which I always forget to do until the last minute.
You're listening to the Cheaters Never Pin podcast, a proud part of the Section 328 network.
Okay. Now we can do this.
Okay.
There we go. Are you ready?
See, we went through all this adjustment for getting the ideal set, but now you can't see the shirt now.
So Tom, I'm gonna need you to sit there like this the entire show, just up over your eyes.
It just looks like I'm holding a box of pizza now.
No, just go higher. It's just hi Tom.
It hides.
I don't want anyone to know I'm a wrestling fan anymore. That's where this is.
All right, we're good. If I need to plug, I'll plug later.
Yeah, we'll get to it. All right. Let's do this shit. Hey, Tom.
Hey, JC.
How's it going, buddy?
Going all right.
Yeah? You ready to talk some wrestling tonight?
We could do that. I mean, unless you want to talk about other stuff.
We should probably talk about wrestling. I mean, that's what the people are here for. That's what they're.
I think we're contractually obligated. I think
that's what they're putting in our Bitcoin wallets for.
Oh, sweet, sweet Bitcoin.
Yes, the 3.5 cents of Bitcoin I own. Actually, have more value in WWE stock than Bitcoin.
Hey, that was a good investment. You purchased that, and it went up immediately after you purchased it.
That one solid share I bought and made $20 off of. Oh yeah, I guess as someone that sits here and talks about wrestling, full disclosure, I own one share of World Wrestling Entertainment.
You're as you're as valuable as those people that buy like a share of the Green Bay Packers and then like go on TV and go, well, as a shareholder of a
I've got
professional
voting rights,
sports
god
team,
damn it. I'll send a proxy.
I feel that everyone should bow when the flag is displayed and we play the anthem. And yeah,
Yeah, well,
Green Bay's fun.
Oh, yeah. But you know what else is fun?
What's that, Jason?
Japan.
Oh, I love Japan.
They got good wrestling. We'll talk
They
about
do.
We'll talk about Dominion tonight.
That was a show.
Then there's America.
I guess.
Where there's not so great wrestling. Saturday night there will be great wrestling. Sunday, who knows? We'll find out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I totally glanced over Saturday and was thinking about Sunday, but no. Saturday's when the fun happens.
Right. So tonight on the show, we're going to preview Money in the Bank and take over Chicago 2. Let's see, look at that. It being second, so the 2 worked out okay. And we're going to talk about Dominion and potentially the greatest match of all time, in theory.
So many stars.
All the stars. And that's it, because it's wrestling. So we're gonna talk wrestling.
We'll fill out an hour. It'll be easy.
Just be prepared. Here we are again in your ear holes. We're here for you.
In your face holes if you're watching.
Ooh, and if you're watching, yeah. So, Tom, I need you to do me a favor, buddy, before we actually start talking about wrestling and stop stalling.
What's that, Jason?
I need you to ring the bell for me, buddy.
Will do.
You're listening to the Cheaters Never Pin podcast, a proud part of the Section 328 network, bringing you all the best in wrestling from WWE, New Japan, and beyond. Now, live from ringside, it's Mr. Workrate and JC.
That's us.
That is us.
Here on the Cheaters Never Pin podcast. I'm JC. Here next to me at the commentary table to the stars, my good buddy, Mr. Workrate, Tom.
Great to be here as always, JC.
Right? We thank everyone who's joining us live on twitch.tv/cheatersneverpin, watching us record this show live. Hello out there.
And if any of y'all want to bring me a drink, that'd be cool.
I don't have anyone else here to do that. It's very sad.
Hypothetically, if one were to be watching that is in the same area that I happen to be.
That's true.
You know.
And if you're not watching, follow us on Twitter at CheatersNVRPin, and we tell you when we're live doing the show. So
yeah,
follow us there and learn. And
sometimes give you some advance notice, maybe.
Right,
sometimes.
and then the great part is you've already watched the show, so you could re-listen to it for all. It's like one of those things that the more you watch it or listen to it, the funnier it gets.
Yeah, you pick up some of the side jokes. I'm good for the kind of under my breath references that maybe you didn't get the first time.
Yeah. The subtext of the show really shines on listenings 3 through 7.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, let's dive in. What do we want to start with? Do we want to start with let's start with the past. Let's start with Dominion.
Okay.
Right? I should bring up that card. New Japan put on another stellar show because that's what they do these days. This week. Overall thoughts on the whole show and all the madness that happened before we kind of dive into it more specifically.
I mean, this was up there with January 4th and the Tokyo Dome show. It was, I mean, pretty much across the board, great matches. Even kind of some of the throwaway matches that they had with some of the veterans still stood up. I mean, Meltzer star ratings across the board are pretty much 3 stars minimum. So, but it was somehow managed to take all of your talent and put it together and have everyone have a good card. Everyone has a good match. Everyone kind of develops their character a little bit. This is the ideal at this point.
You could do all of those things at once.
Apparently you can.
I was incredibly unaware having watched WWE this week.
But only if you bring a Dutchman who speaks both Japanese and English beforehand.
Can we just start off by talking about the opening? The opening to the show with him, that, like epic video package of him getting the phone call and like traveling there.
It was just like suddenly there's a call to New York and Mr. Man picks up the phone. Yes, I know what I need to do. Goodbye.
I was like, this is a weird start because it's New Japan. They don't make like a big deal of like the office types and the executives. It's not like we need a heel authority figure.
And he's not going to be.
No. He just had his like debut and we'll never see him again. That's the funny part about it to me. It's just like, that was a cool one-off. Okay.
New Japan's like, here's a corporate guy who's going to help expand the franchise, and the fan base is like, whoa!
Yeah.
In that haunted way, I guess. I don't know.
Magic! You just have one woman screaming in the front row, Magic! All right, let's run through the card real quick.
Okay.
Suzuki-gun defeats Roppongi 3K to win the Junior Tag Team Championships.
Retain.
You're right. That's right. Why did I? Oh, yeah. Because I can't read. Also, skip that match. I have not seen that match.
I'm reading this off my phone, and I don't have my glasses on, so.
Oh, you do better than I am, though. So, yeah, that was a match. I heard it was fine. Everything on here was a minimum of fine. So, Tom, you have to describe for the people who are listening to the podcast.
I have 2 drinks now. This is like full bartending.
Tom was just brought 2 drinks.
But I have a bottle cap.
Ooh, I forgot the bottle opener.
It's not a twist. You pulled it. Oh, look at that.
So to describe what just happened for our podcast audience, in case I don't cut this out of the audio, we'll find out. Tom was just delivered his 2 beverages. The bottle was not a pop top, or was a pop top, not a twist off. Little did he know, the bottle opener was buried in the bottle. In the koozie.
Yes.
Stellar work.
So.
That's thinking like a veteran. That is vintage Tara.
Yeah. Actually, it was both her and my middle son.
Ooh.
That
vintage Edwards right there.
Yeah.
Always prepared.
It's my pit crew.
Taguchi Japan defeated Chaos in a tag team match. Cool. Also did not see this one.
Juice Robinson he's just fun at this point. He's having a good time. Like, he's developed that character over in Japan and just kind of turned nothing into everything at this point. He's almost like this John Morrison type of flamboyant.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And you think back to his days in NXT and like you never would have thought that. He was Kevin Owens' first match, wasn't he? Yeah. Because he broke Kevin Owens' nose on his first night in.
Yeah.
That's right. The night he murdered Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time.
Him dead.
Yeah. On the hardest part of the ring.
It is.
Yep.
The apron is the hardest part of the ring.
Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Chaos, Ishii, and Toru Yano in a tag team match.
That went like less than 9 minutes, but I mean, it's what you expect from them. It's Toru Yano getting his ass kicked, and pretty much running around in fear, and Ishii having absolutely no neck whatsoever.
Yeah, and Suzuki just being scary as hell.
But it's so weird to watch him. He is such like enigma. Like in ring, he will murder you. It's just that look, the hair, everything. It's straight up murder. But he comes to the ring with his theme song going, which is totally not necessarily fitting in with him.
Did they finally switch it back? Did he come? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
because I know there for a hot second they weren't using Kaze Ninare, and everybody was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that
what the
lasted,
fuck is
like, I
this?
think 2 cards, and then that ended.
Good.
And then you check out his Instagram, and he's, just this pimp 52-year-old or whatever in his fedora, acting like he's 30 and pulling it off.
If we could all be as cool as Minoru Suzuki one day,
That's my goal.
like, I just want to be him. That's all. Michael Elgin defeated Hiroki Goto and Taichi to capture the Never Openweight Championship.
Dang.
Cool.
I'm a big Tai Chi fan.
You know how big of an Elgin fan I am. I should be more excited. Yeah, dick.
See, you were ripping on Tai Chi, and
Yeah, that's what happened.
what would have been the better outcome?
For Goto retained because he's Goto?
He has
I mean,
good hair
he does.
and shorts.
He does. He's a well put together man.
He's like Japanese Samoa Joe with a mullet. He's actually probably nothing alike.
So now I'm picturing
but-
Goto coming out to Samoa Joe's theme, and it works so well. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum.
But then I think of Samoa Joe's theme, and when Botchamania redid it with Family Guy and Stewie following the fat guy with the tuba.
That's Toru Yano's entrance. Yeah, that works.
I had no idea there were DVDs sold at that. So
The Young Bucks captured the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, defeating LIJ in 15 minutes.
Champion Cheek sounds like a adult video. I don't know.
Championships?
But yeah. Young Bucks. You can't have the Young Bucks without titles for more than 3 months, I think.
No, and they finally have whichever one it is because I can never remember. He stopped kind of selling his back finally. We're moving on past that.
Okay.
Like he was the one working hard in that match. It was good.
Yeah, I mean they still work an incredible match.
God, they're always so good.
Yeah.
And Sonata and Evil are too. So
do they still have you blocked on Twitter?
Whichever one of them does. I know I was unblocked for a while, and then I got reblocked, and I was like, I didn't even talk about you. Like, I've never said a negative thing about you.
People don't block me on Twitter, just saying.
I'm blocked by very few people, and the ones that have blocked me, I've earned it. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I've seen you try to earn one.
Here's looking at you, Danny Manning. The Bullet Club, Cody, Hangman Page, and Marty Scurll defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Rey Mysterio Jr. That's right. The young guys beat the old guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much the idea of this match anyway.
And of course, Liger does the job because, he's
because he's Liger.
50.
Page is starting to get over finally.
Yeah, I mean, come on, he's a cowboy.
I know.
You know, Japan loves their cowboys.
But his work is finally starting to get him over. Like I feel like in the last couple of months he's improved dramatically. I don't know, and I can't tell you what it is. It's just I like watching him more, and I can't tell you why. I don't know. I can't quantify it.
There's something about New Japan though that they keep throwing certain people out there, and unlike WWE, when you keep throwing somebody out there and it gets tired, they keep throwing somebody out there in New Japan and it builds over time to the point where eventually you're like, wow. If you don't see him in one particular card, you're like, oh, where'd he go?
That's true. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Is that their theory with Brock Lesnar?
Sure.
Ugh. That's my entire statement.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about him.
No. Hiromu Takahashi defeated Will Ospreay to recapture the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
This was a hell of a match.
Well, of course it was. So it starts earlier in the week with Will Ospreay being like, yeah, I know the Dynamite Kid used to be a hard worker and really fucked himself up, but I might do that. I don't know.
He's trying his damnedest.
I read that and I was like, oh, Jesus, Will.
Like, he's supposed to be the example that you look at and go, maybe I tone it down a little bit.
Right, not, yeah, that might happen to me. Jesus.
Well, I could be paralyzed, or I could go full CTE, and dogs could be in the enclosed pool area.
I've got two choices, Dynamite Kid or Benoit. We'll see where I land.
It's like that needle just keeps going. Like,
I guess you
hey,
could
buddy.
I guess you could put Gagne on the, killing people in the Alzheimer's home. You could put that on the list somewhere too.
What?
Tom, you've not heard this story before? This is a real thing. I hope.
Go ahead.
So
Tell the audience, because maybe I remember, maybe I
Here
don't.
we go. I knew this was real. So, on January 6, 2009, Vern Gagne got into an altercation with Helmut Gutmann, a 97-year-old resident of the Bloomington, Minnesota facility where they both resided. And I think he put him in like a chokehold or something. Like he started shooting on him and killed the guy.
It happens.
Yeah.
I did hear about this.
Yeah. I think that falls on the scale.
Well, he was old at that point too, and he was going through dementia. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
very
this
true.
wasn't like 38-year-old dementia. This was 75-year-old dementia. There's a difference.
Yeah. There's a difference between like actual dementia and CTE.
Vern wasn't doing too many top rope headbutts, just saying.
This is true. He also didn't lock his dogs in the enclosed pool area. So let's move on. Chris Jericho.
Moving on.
Chris Jericho is your new IWGP Intercontinental Champion, defeating Tetsuya Naito. He now has 10 Intercontinental title reigns.
Just when you thought he was done, he's far from done.
You fuck face. God almighty. Wow. And he had such a good match. I just don't get it. I do not understand Chris Jericho. Like,
Somebody mentioned it, and they were like, he's gone full Terry Funk at this point. Where he was pretty much a different character originally. Then he went to Japan, realized that he's a certain age, and is like, screw it, I'm going crazy.
Okay.
And thank God there's no FMW, because he'd be lighting himself on fire. And
yeah.
well, ain't nobody Terry Funk crazy, just saying.
Chris Jericho's trying to be me, and he just can't. Tom, you put that one on the tee for me, buddy, and I had to go for it. Tom seems really mad that I just started my Terry Funk impression. So
No, I'm getting a delivery, so.
this is what you folks should watch on Twitch, because Tom's being delivered delicious Uncrustables midstream and mid podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. In the main event of the evening, a Meltzer 7-star match.
Seven!
Broke the scale again. Kenny Omega defeats Kazuchika Okada 2-1 in a 2 out of 3 falls match in an hour, 4 minutes, and 50 seconds to win his first IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
George Hackenschmidt thought this may have gone a little long.
Holy crap. This match. Okay, it deserves 7 stars.
Yeah, it does, so. I mean, I joked that it went a little long. It didn't. I don't know how a match that goes 64 minutes doesn't go long, but it didn't go long.
Well, when you have 2 performers in the ring that are actually telling a story and working efficiently, like to tell that story and not, if you do the typical spot fest that a lot of wrestling is for 64 minutes, you're going to get burned out.
Yeah. And the thing was, in this match too, and I think with all the Okada Omega matches, the first 10 to 15 minutes are slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you go into it and you don't know what you're necessarily expecting, and you go into it, you may start to watch, and you're used to, say, WWE type matches or whatever. You go into that first 5-10 minutes of this match, and you're like, what the hell's the big deal? It's because they're building to the story.
Yeah. I mean, that's how a normal sporting event. You got to feel each other out. You got to get your rhythm going. Like, that's how real life works.
And I mean, Okada takes the first fall, and you're looking at this and going, is Okada going to go over again? Because with him taking the first fall, it's like, well, now Omega's got to win 2 straight.
Right.
And I don't know, but it's hard to describe. It's just something that you need to experience. And again, it's 64 minutes that you kind of have to put aside, but if you've got an hour to kill,
watch it.
It's a quick hour.
Yeah. It's so good. It's perfect.
Complete with a little vignette beforehand.
Well, then the vignette after.
Yeah.
The formation of the Golden Elite.
Yeah, that they made a big deal out of that too when the final fall takes place and Kenny is presented the belt, and Kenny kind of shoves the belt off to the side to give the Bucks a hug.
Yeah. That was cool.
To form the Golden Elite, whose shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com were the highest selling shirts in the first 24 hours of any shirt they've ever had.
I don't doubt it. If they could put one in my pro wrestling crate, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. So yeah, watch Dominion if you haven't, because it's good. That's real good wrestling.
Yeah. So if you're not a subscriber to the network, the New Japan World channel, and you want to watch some Kenny Omega, there's still an outlet for you.
Oh yes. Please tell me, Tom. I've not heard of this yet.
If you go to the WWE Network, in their Hidden Gems collection, and WWE throws these out every once in a while, they'll find some hidden gem of, like, they'll pull out some, like, Smoky Mountain or some developmental matches with, say, like John Cena as the prototype or things like that. And today, conveniently, they just added Kenny Omega wrestling for Deep South Wrestling against I can't even remember who it was, but some guy who's not really important. But you got to see Kenny cuts a promo beforehand in, like, stereotypical babyface generic promo whatever, and then goes out there, and you could see who he was wrestling against. The skill was there. I mean, but yeah, it's weird to see Kenny on WWE Network. Yeah. Between that and the up down down being plugged by WWE thing today with the Street Fighter V battle between Kenny and, I guess, technically Austin Creed, because Up Down Down does not use WWE properties, so it's Austin Creed and not Xavier Woods.
Right.
But
yeah,
they had a event today at E3, the Electronics and Gaming Convention, where every new game for the next year gets released and talked about. And they live streamed it on Up Down Down, a best of, I guess, first to 5 was what it was. And, each Street Fighter thing is best 2 out of 3. And then first to 5 wins basically won. And I was very sports entertained throughout the whole thing. I don't know how much of it was worked necessarily, because there was full drama. It went down to the last match, but
I'll tell you, the fact they had an article up on WWE.com that was like, the New Day is taking on the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega at E3. It's like, huh?
Between that and the network had Pritchard's show talking about AJ Styles on TNA.
Yeah, I have not watched that yet. That's the one.
I have not either.
That's the one that has just gone up. That's this week's
Yeah.
episode. That'll probably be my viewing tonight when we get done here.
Yeah, I haven't been watching the Pritchard stuff on the network because, I'm growing a little tired of them, but I am curious to listen to that one.
It's a rehash of stuff you've already listened to.
That
This
was
one
the
is
thing
new.
too, was that I watched a little bit of that first one, but it was shows that I've already heard necessarily, so that was nothing new. But this one's new content, so
the best part so far is where they're splicing some archival footage into it, and then they'll talk about that a little bit, so you'll get some new stuff that way about it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Video you probably would have just been sitting in the vault forever. So, Tom, I noticed
Yes,
you've been
Jason.
getting food and beverages delivered to you all night.
yeah, it's pretty neat.
I wish there was a way I could go online and just have stuff brought to me.
Like products,
Yeah, I mean, products could be books, could be
books. Okay,
video games. We were just talking about E3.
video games. Yeah, okay.
Could be any number of items. I just wish people would
New
bring
headset.
a new headset. I just wish people would bring me things, Tom.
Well, see, I've been thinking about this, JC,
Okay,
and
go on.
there is a way that you can do it.
Huh?
There's a couple of ways, but here's the way I'd do it if I were you.
Okay.
Go to your computer machine, type in cheatersneverpin.com. I know, crazy, but go there.
You don't have products to take to people.
No, I understand, but humor me on this one.
Okay.
So go to cheatersneverpin.com. And then you'll notice near the bottom of the page once it loads, depending on whether you're on dial-up internet or broadband. It may take a little while to load, but you'll see a button for Amazon.com. You
What?
click on that button. Yeah, Amazon.com. It's a commerce website.
Huh.
So you click on that button, and what that'll do is it'll take you to Amazon.com without you actually having to type the words Amazon.com. And what you do on Amazon.com is you browse for these products that you might want. And they have many things there. They have several books.
Ooh.
They have fans, crayons.
Scented markers. We discussed that last week. I just punched
Scented
my
markers,
mic
yep,
in
yep.
excitement.
You could probably buy a couch on there if you really wanted to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not? Or at least a futon. You could definitely get a futon. on
Definitely
there.
a futon.
But see, when you put all those things into your cart and then you go and you click and you make the purchase, you give them your credit card information and then, or Bitcoin or however it is that you pay for things. Once you give them all that information and they tell you, okay, this is going to come 1 day, 2 day, 5 days, depending on whether or not you're Amazon Prime member, you've made that purchase.
Yeah.
Just a teeny tiny part of that purchase, instead of going to Amazon.com,
Right?
goes to us here at Cheaters Never Pin.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now it doesn't cost you any more money.
You sure?
You're not paying a premium to be able to do this.
You positive?
Because if you were, we'd just say give us the money straight up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that'd be
Amazon.
easier.
But no, what you're doing is you're buying from Amazon just the same as you normally would. But if you click through cheatersneverpin.com to get to Amazon.com, we skim a little bit off the top from what Amazon.com is getting. And instead of Jeff Bezos building some kind of rocket ship to Pluto or something, we'll get a few of those coins so that we can build our rocket ship to
Superstar.
Apex, maybe.
I thought it was gonna be a metaphorical rocket. Or
Nah, I want to build a real one. Why not?
all right, fuck it, let's do it.
Woo!
Amazon or to cheatersneverpen.com. Click the Amazon button. Buy your shit.
Yeah. Buy rocket fuel.
So my new favorite thing about this ad read every week is I really enjoy hearing the ridiculous things Jeff Bezos wants to build every week. And it just occurred to me today that that's been a running theme for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos is an evil mastermind, and we must stop him, and this is how.
Do you want to stop Jeff Bezos? Go to cheatersneverpen.com.
Give him most of your money, but not all of it, so he gets real close to doing his world domination.
Ooh.
But just misses out
But
because of that extra 44 cents that we get.
Yeah, that we've earned to stop him.
Bless us.
Let's talk about Money in the Bank.
Can we talk about the thing before Money in the Bank, or do we want to talk about Money in the Bank first?
I feel like we'll probably have more to say about Money in the Bank.
Okay.
I mean, yep. Or maybe we won't, because this has been the longest, slowest, shittiest build in a long time towards anything. Because the last pay-per-view was what? Backlash? Or was it Greatest Royal Rumble? I don't remember the order they happened in.
Greatest Royal Rumble never happened.
It was Backlash anyway, so. So.
Right, because the Greatest Royal Rumble happened, and then Backlash was like the next week.
Right. Okay. So it's still been like 6 or 7 weeks, right? They can't do that anymore because they don't know how to create. It's like, ooh, week 2, cool. Here's all the matches and storylines. We've blown our wad. Now we maintain for 6 weeks. Oh, which they can't do. They're not good at.
Well, the main issue that we're running into, and I think I've mentioned this before, is for whatever reason, they build to the matches that they want, but they keep giving you basically the matches that are there on SmackDown and Raw each week.
Right.
So if we're building Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn for whatever reason that we are, we're seemingly putting them in the ring each week, and nobody, to the point where nobody wants to see it.
Tom, we didn't put them in the ring this week. We put them on an obstacle course. That was so bad. Just the sigh. All right, here's your card for Money in the Bank. There are no pre-show matches announced yet, but this is
no, because we have an extra hour of show, straight up show.
Right.
We're starting at 7. Remember?
Yeah. Well, that's the permanent start time now, 7:00 for non-Big Fours. I think the way I understand it is every show will start at 7, including the Big Fours, but the Big Fours will just go 7 to midnight, not 7 to 11.
Because fuck your sleep patterns.
Yeah. And pre-show starts at 6. All right, here we go. Number 10, Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Cool.
That's what I've been waiting for.
It was so good the first time.
He's so tall.
And he moves like a giraffe who's had his knees bashed in because he forgot to pay back the mafia. Just picture that. The mafia beating a giraffe with a lead pipe.
Are Cass and Carmella still together?
No, they're not.
Oh, then that's awkward.
Neither are Ricochet and Tessa Blanchard, and I found that out last week, and it about broke my damn heart.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, just Google it. There's a lot of good stories about it. It's kind of juicy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Seth Rollins versus Elias for the Intercontinental Championship. Should be a good match.
That should be fine.
Yeah. Elias isn't bad, and Rollins is on fucking fire, so it'll be great.
So Rollins is due to blow out a knee or something.
Yep. Bobby Lashley takes on Sami Zayn in what should be a good match that no one will give a shit about.
Sammy's going to get thrown around like a ridiculous rag doll.
Yeah. It's two wrestlers I really like, and that we'll have a good match together that are in just a fucking terrible storyline for no reason whatsoever.
If you put Lashley in the ring, he's fine.
Yes.
You make him say words or do things, he's horrible.
He's
Don't make him do the words.
He's Man Ronda. Yeah.
Because he's very happy to be here too.
The Bludgeon Brothers take on Gallows and Anderson for the tag. Wait, other way around. Gallows and Anderson take on the Bludgeon Brothers to challenge for the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
This could be a fun match.
It should be. This is the sleeper. I think this is the sleeper match of the night right here.
I mean, just four guys that are going to smack the hell out of each other.
That's going to be so good.
I mean, Gallows and Anderson can work. And so can Harper and Rowan. So, I mean, they're four guys that aren't necessarily known for their work, but they can. So,
right,
it could be boring if they want to, but they're getting a showcase, so maybe they'll tear it up.
Yep. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. That's a
Man,
match.
I was looking for an opportunity to go to the bathroom.
Reminder: this is happening in Chicago, so this will be an entertaining match to watch everything except for what's in the ring.
The CM Punk chant's going to be so loud.
Oh, it's the show's going to start with them. Ugh. Oh, God. It's going to be hashtag Braze bitches. I remember that. I saw that tweet. Where am I going? Carmella takes on Asuka to defend her women's championship.
Oh, and the rumor looks to be more and more true now about a surprise visitor possibly in that match.
Oh, whoever
the chinless wonder.
Oh,
James
yeah.
Ellsworth.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm good. Bring him back. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, the whole dog thing was one thing, but I mean, he was a fun character until that whole thing. So,
and what a perfect time to bring him back on the anniversary of him winning the first women's Money in the Bank. It's perfect.
He's a goddamn trendsetter.
Nia Jax takes on Ronda Rousey in the who can more awkwardly smile walking down the ramp match for the Raw Women's Championship.
She's not like most girls.
She doesn't give a damn about her reputation.
Oh, is that what the next line is?
No, that's Ronda's song.
Oh, right. The Freaks and Geeks thing.
Joan Jett.
Yeah, I know who Joan Jett is.
Yeah.
But see, before it was Ronda's theme song, it was the theme to Freaks and Geeks, so.
Never watched it, no idea. This match needs to be 35 seconds. And it needs to be 35 seconds. Ronda needs to win because we've already seen her put Nia in the armbar. So we gave that away for free on TV. But she needs to put her in the armbar, win it, and then cash in. That's how you get out of this. Right?
But if you cash in, then you're still going to have, I don't know, you have nothing to take Rousey out unless Nia ends up tapping or whatever. Rousey wins, and then Nia gets pissed off and attacks Rousey after the fact.
There you go.
And destroys her pretty much from behind. And then you have your cash in.
I think that's what happens. It's terrible.
So you don't have her look weak. You have her dominant, but
right.
You don't necessarily have the belt on her, which...
And you find her a manager Monday night. Please.
Paul Heyman's not doing anything.
It's true. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ember Moon versus Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya versus Lana is the best versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks. Natalia's going to win it because she's cashing in on Ronda.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not putting too much thought into it. I mean, I know the whole thing that we talked about with Ronda before, but I'm just kind of letting it happen. I'm trying not to think too much about it.
My brain says Natalya wins for the cash in. My heart says Lana wins to watch the world burn. Just because that way you could have Lana and Rusev as Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank, which is pretty great.
I mean, I could see that happening too, like some hellacious spot off the ladder, which takes out, the entire like crew. And then we've forgotten about Lana because Lana's been outside like for like the last like 10 minutes.
Right.
And then she like everyone's just like, oh, I can't believe that happened or whatever. And then all of a sudden you're like, who's going to get up first? And then out of nowhere, here comes Lana, and you're like, oh, shit, I totally forgot about her.
Yeah. All right. And then the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus the Rusev versus Bobby Roode versus Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe versus a member of the New Day. We still have no clue who it is.
That's true. We don't have any idea.
Nope. Okay. Assumption would be Kofi.
Yeah.
My brain says Kofi. My heart says Big E here.
Yeah. It's not going to be Xavier because, he just lost to Kenny Omega in Street Fighter. So sorry to spoil that for you.
God damn it, Tom.
But that's going to be a fun match.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
But I mean, like, Finn's going to do spots. Braun's just going to be ridiculous. Braun on a ladder is going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to see Finn Balor keep coup de grace everyone off the top of a ladder. In a move, I don't know how you not make hurt.
It's
I don't know
easy because Finn Balor's 111 pounds.
And it's all in his abs. So that's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
The other WWE show, and the one that's probably going to be far superior, because it usually is NXT TakeOver. So here is the TakeOver card for Saturday night. Morrow will not be on the call. He tweeted today.
No.
He has a conflict. He's going to go do boxing for Showtime Boxing. Vic Joseph will be doing the main play-by-play, and that's fine. I actually really like Vic Joseph.
Yeah. We're not doing some kind of... It's not like Michael Cole's going to jump in there or anything like that. Vic can do the job.
Yeah. Here's the card. 5 matches. 3 hours. Perfect. Shayna Baszler takes on Nikki Cross and defends her NXT Women's Championship.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I love Nikki Cross. I really
Everybody does. Pretty sure Shayna retains.
Yeah.
Because then they can go ahead and bring Nikki up and actually debut Sanity finally.
You think that's what they're waiting for?
I have no idea. I have no idea why Sanity hasn't. They teased them the Tuesday after WrestleMania, and we've yet to see them on SmackDown. Also, the Authors of Pain were on Raw for a while, and now apparently they're dead.
That was the thing. I mean, they did all these NXT call-ups, and they're just like, oh, shit, we didn't get rid of anyone, though.
Right.
Because normally we have all these layoffs where we send people down. No, we called up a whole bunch of people, and we're like, oh, wait.
There has not been a Black Friday in a long time.
No, there hasn't.
So it's time. When it happens, we will be here. We will do a show that day and run it down.
We'll be excited for it. I mean, it
needs to happen.
It's sad to say that, but
it needs to happen.
Because there are people on the roster right now that need... I mean, you got a guy like, say, Mike Kanellis, who's like begging to go in NXT because he just wants to wrestle matches.
Mm-hmm. You got Connor and Victor just getting fat. Like, You know.
You've got the one Cologne who can still wrestle.
You've got Sin Cara. He's a guy.
Sin Cara's got an angle right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which I think actually works really well in that.
It is. It's a good angle, too. Whoever pitched that, kudos.
Yeah.
Ricochet takes on Velveteen Dream. Yes. 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 Give me that. Give me that in my veins.
And the back and forth on Twitter, too.
It's been so wonderful. I mean, you got two of the best in the business.
Yeah.
That's going to be so good. Ricochet did get kind of tweaked his shoulders in Paris this past week, but he's good to go. Triple H said on the conference call today.
Yeah,
So.
he took like a week off or whatever from the house shows, so
Yeah.
he'll be all right.
It's listed third. It's not it's the main event, so I'm gonna skip it. The Undisputed Era. So Kyle O'Reilly and Shitty Little Boots himself, Roderick Strong, take on Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that
Yes.
won't be
Yes.
stiff
Yes.
at
Yes.
all.
Yes. It's gonna be so good. I just destroyed everyone's eardrums banging on my desk, and I don't give a shit. Aleister Black defends the NXT Championship against Lars Sullivan. Weird matchup.
I'm digging Lars now.
Everyone's digging Lars.
There's a shot of him like looking over Aleister Black, like who got knocked out and his eyes are still open, but he's like down on the ground. And Lars has the NXT belt above him. He's just got this look, and he's like screaming at him.
He just looks
and
like he looks like he's made of rocks.
Yes,
And not because he's like a
absolutely
big
does.
shit, like not because he's like a ripped dude. He just looks like he's made of rocks.
He is the thing.
And then your main event of the evening, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a Chicago street fight.
Someone's gonna die.
It better be that fucker Ciampa. Candace is not
may
happy.
die.
She bailed. You saw the WWE.com video. She told Johnny she was done when he signed the contract.
Yeah.
In our Twitch chat from Twitch from Seth, I wonder if he has any relation to tweets from Seth. I don't know. He says Sanity is on hold due to legal issues with copyrights of the name, according to the dirt sheets. Okay.
Okay.
I have totally missed that fact.
That sounds legit. So
Yeah.
why not?
That would make sense. Yeah. So that's wrestling. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
I just assumed Eric Young still had hockey commitments.
He went in and took time off through the end of the Stanley Cup Finals just in case the Preds went that far.
Well, he plays beer league hockey too, so
True.
or maybe at the playoffs or something.
Right. Cool. Well, anything else in the world of wrestling?
I don't
there's-
think so. I
don't
think
think
I
there's-
think we've pretty much covered most of it. I think we've run our.
Everybody's trying to book Madison Square Garden the same weekend as
Oh right.
WrestleMania. I don't know why everyone's trying to make such a big deal out of that. Who gives a shit?
It's
Who gives a
symbolic.
shit what building you run in? Is it like
It's the Garden, though.
who gives
I mean,
a shit?
I may be
Does Ring of Honor really think they're going to sell out the Garden?
biased just for the fact that I was raised on Long Island, so the Garden was always the place for me.
And I get it, but like Ring of Honor is not going to sell out the Garden. Period. I don't care that it's WrestleMania weekend. They're not going to sell out the Garden going up, if the rumor is true, going up against NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn at the same time. It ain't going to happen. Joe Koff needs to put his head on straight and go, maybe that's not a good idea.
Unless you want to have it on Friday.
Well, yeah, because who wants to go to the Hall of Fame?
I agree. Who wants to go to the Hall of Fame?
I do. I just want to get blitzed and go to the Hall of Fame, though. I feel like then it would be so much more fun. Because
It would be cool if it were like a small thing, but I mean, you're having it in the entire arena again, so.
you get to go and you get to get dressed up. You should dress up at the fucking Hall of Fame.
You're still sitting in like section 411 row Q.
When I finally go, I'm wearing a tux because it's the Hall of Fame.
You do that. You'll get 4th row anyway.
It's true. Probably would. All right. I think that does it. Tell the people where they can find you on the internet, Tom.
Go to the Twitter machine at Mr. Workrate, at MR Workrate. I gave up Facebook completely for like a week because bad things happen on Facebook. And I went back there and I didn't miss anything. Not online, but go to Ultimate Comics if you're in the Triangle area. My wife works for them, and she runs a good store in Raleigh. And they had a couple of robberies this past weekend. So if you're in the mood for buying comics or little pop figures or something like that, stop by and maybe reserve. There's Batman 50 that's coming out with a cool cover, that type of thing. But just kind of browse around, look to see if there's some books or something like that. Pick up a cool T-shirt if you want to, but
say start a box and get the Boom Studios WWE every month. Just there for you, already there. Just go and give me your number and pick it up.
Which is actually a pretty good series. It's got some good writers on it and kind of kept in kayfabe, but just
kind of.
I don't know. They kind of do some interesting stuff with their stories. It's worth checking out. But start a box. It doesn't cost anything to start a box. Just tell them a couple titles that you want, and they'll make sure to order them each month. That's all I got. Cheap plug.
Before I do my plugs, I forgot we had a pin mail.
We do have pin mail. Okay.
There was one in the Twitch chat, and I'm gonna need you to copy and paste it again because my chat refreshed and I don't see it anymore. Twitch from Seth. So can I get the pin mail theme song?
I didn't write down the lyrics from.
I think it goes. I think it's pin mail, pin mail, pin mail, pin mail, pin mail.
But Dan had the great lyrics, so and I can't match up to that. You
make it up.
Pin mail, pin mail, pin mail, pin mail.
Could we do it? Thank you, Seth. Can we do it in the style of Stone Cold Steve Austin? Go.
Pin mail, pin mail, pin mail. Pin mail, pin mail, pin mail. Pin mail, pin mail, pin mail. Pin mail, pin mail, pin mail.
I was really hoping you'd break the window behind you to start it. Because you need the glass shutter.
You pay to fix the window.
All right, here's your pin mail.
I've dealt with enough broken glass this week. Thank you.
True. From Twitch from Seth, who's winning the Triple Mania main event and losing their mask? Pentagon Jr., El Hijo de Fantasma, Psycho Clown, or LA Park? Yes, the original one that's also main eventing the CMLL anniversary show. Keep in mind, Conan is booking the show again, so he's calling the shots, but Vampiro's still involved in the day-to-day operations. Tom just broke.
Well, Parker's not losing his mask. I don't know.
Pentagon is certainly not. Phantasma
Pentagon
is certainly not, probably. I would
assume
so
the clown dude.
I would assume Psycho Clown. I do not know enough about AAA.
No.
I know enough to know it's not Pentagon Jr., and it would make no sense for LA Park to lose his mask as he's on his way to the CMLL show, because I feel like they're in this weird working together phase right now, and that would totally destroy everything.
Yeah.
Or of course, they could just be doing it to fuck with him.
Or LA Park's just not going to show up because Mexican wrestling.
Right. So yeah, sorry, we couldn't give a better answer to that one.
That's a good answer. I don't care what you say. God damn, that was educated.
Like your feet. Come on, you've played 2K. It's every other line. You can find me on the internet at JCBobbitt, JCBOBBITT, wherever finer social medias pervade. You can find the show on Twitter at CheatersNVRPin, and be sure to follow that, because every time we go live at twitch.tv/CheatersNVRPin, you'll know, because we put it there. And of course,
Yeah.
go to twitch.tv/cheatersmvrpin. Give us a follow. We'd appreciate that. You can go back and watch
Absolutely.
all of our old shows there. They stay up there for 10 days, or you can go to our YouTube channel. Just search Cheaters Never Pin on YouTube and watch the replays there in video or audio, whatever your heart so desires. We're also available on every podcast platform known to man: Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, everywhere. Rate, review, subscribe, do whatever you want wherever you are. I think that covers it.
I think so.
Yes. So next week we'll be back to talk about whatever the fuck happens at Money in the Bank. Because I hope it's good stuff. Okay, you know what? We can at least come back and talk about Gargano and Ciampa for an hour.
Yeah.
When all else fails, we've got Gargano and Ciampa for an hour.
Shout out to Turd Ferguson's wife that made the koozie that I'm using, because that was opening night tailgate.
There's that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
So-
used to have a thing on the back, but I lost it. Sorry.
All right. So we will see you next week for another episode of this show. And I think that'll do it. I'm JC,
I'm Tom.
and we'll catch you on the flip side. I heard you whisper in the back. It was all I could do not to laugh when I got through it. Flip side. Good show. I wish we actually had like hundreds of viewers that would just emote spam us when we finish a show. It would make me so happy to just have nothing but Twitch emote spam all the time.
First.
So here's the good part too about doing this live, Tom.
Okay.
We don't have to think of a show title anymore.
No.
We can literally ask the people watching the show to come up with a show title.
Okay. Yeah.
What
We'll
should
see how that
what
works
should
out.
we title this show, dear viewers?
Yeah.
Couldn't think of anything. I can't think of anything good. What's a good one?
See, this is why we need to start using the number of the show. So if it's show like 54, we can go, Cheaters Never Pin number 54. And
Yeah.
the name of it can be the 54th one.
You should change it every time. The 55th one.
I'm okay with calling it the 54th one, even if it's not the 54th one at this point.
We just call it episode 9. Everyone's like, what the fuck is that? The episode 9 edition. Because I don't want to just call it Money in the Bank preview. Also, I think we did that last year.
Yeah.
We've been doing this long enough that we cannot repeat shit.
Currency in the Credit Union edition. I don't know.
Bitcoin edition. I feel like we made an inordinate a number of Bitcoin jokes tonight.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that, Internet?
We could do
we like the
Bitcoin edition. or
Bitcoin edition?
Bitcoin in the bank.
Bitcoin in the bank. There it is. I love it. It's freaking great. Oh.
Glad to set such a low bar.
I think it's really funny. Bitcoin in the bank edition. You're actually picking up a virtual briefcase off the top of this ladder?
Which has a title shot, and then 5 minutes into the match, oops, sorry, it's worthless.
It's worth 3
No,
titles.
wait.
Wait, now it's worth
The
6
world
title
shot
shots.
again. God damn it, we need to do more of these.
Oh. Anything else we want to do on Twitch with these fine people? Or should we let them go about their lives?
I don't know. We'll probably have a PS4 by the end of the week, so
Ooh.
we'll be ready for Fire Pro
Yeah.
when that happens.
We'll get yours linked up to the account because you can stream direct from it.
Man, if I had that back in like the late 90s when I was doing Fire Pro from the Saturn, like I made so many damn wrestlers in that.
That's cool.
Now all you do is just download them, but I mean,
Right?
back then, like people would make them and there was this like template that you could make web pages out of. You just kind of entered the information.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole thing. It was
Oh,
just
that's cool. It's
I
like
don't
when
know.
you used to, like when everyone had you could download for your Nokia cell phone how to like program ringtones into it by different songs. People had already figured it out.
Well, I was telling the kids, I think it was yesterday, because we were talking about the NCAA football. How when I had NCAA football for PS2, there was something, and I forgot how you did it, but you would download, like somebody would go and do the whole rosters
Mm-hmm.
because it's NCAA football, so you didn't have rosters.
Right.
Someone would do the rosters, and I paid them like $5 through PayPal, and you download the whole. Sorry, we got a notification. We'd get the.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. I'd get the whole rosters, but you would download this like file to the PS2 because the PS2 had the memory cards that you would plug in.
Shit, you're right.
So you had to download it to the memory card, and there had to be this adapter to allow the memory card to go into the computer. It was a whole thing, but it was a hell of a lot better than taking 97 fucking rosters of 53 people and programming third string tight ends from Arkansas State into the game.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to set off to edit this show and get it uploaded and get this video put on YouTube and get the audio put on Spreaker. And
Just seeing what our comment was. Tweets from Seth.
he was. I wonder if he's related to
good
that
news.
Twitch is from Seth guy. I don't know. It's weird. I guess we'll never know.
Oh yeah, very much so. Like Jeff Jarrett. I forgot Jeff Jarrett's champion of AAA. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. AAA is real weird.
It's Mexico, man.
That's literally all you can say about it.
And that's not being racist or anything like that. Mexican wrestling is just...
It's a whole different league.
Mexican wrestling is still what regional territorial wrestling was in like the 70s.
Yeah.
Where people jumped from one thing, it would no-show one company to work for the other company, and just, yeah. And it's cool because it is a throwback to that. I mean, it's not cool for those promotions that get screwed over all the time, but it's, and I mean, there's such weird shit with, like, there are still laws that technically govern wrestling in Mexico. Of like, if you lose your mask, like it's against the law to wear your mask somewhere else in Mexico once you've lost it. That is a binding law contract.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big deal.
So, all right,
All right,
I'll
man.
let you edit.
Yes. Thank you, Twitch. Have a wonderful evening. We're going to sign off from you now, and we're going to both wave. Then I'm going to talk to Tom. So bye.
Bye.
Bye.